Hi everyone, this is a tutorial on how I did this look. So the first thing I did was to shave the eyebrow. Now you be very careful while shaving the eyebrow. Now when you're shaving the eyebrow, make sure you know the kind of eyebrow you want to draw on her face, and the shape of her face will determine the kind of eyebrow. And when you are shaving, please do not over shave. Just remove the excess like I'm doing now. Remove the excess. I'm not over shaving. Once you remove the excess hair in her eyebrow, you'll see that the original shape of the eyebrow will come outside. And if you want to modify the shape of that eyebrow, it will be easy for you to now modify. So don't just go ahead and start over shaving. You can see here now, look at the eyebrow. It's already looking as if I drew the eyebrow. Okay, so the next thing you do is to clean the face with micellar water and wipes. Okay, why do you do this? To remove any impurities on the skin. So if there is oil, if there is dirty, if there is anything at all, so micellar water will help you remove anything that's on the face that will not make the makeup pop. So micellar water helps you do a deep cleansing on your client's face so that you have a clean canvas to work on. Working on a dirty skin ruins makeup, and we don't want that. So that's why we take our time to clean every single thing on the face, including the lips, under eye, and everywhere, so that we'll have a clean canvas. So when you're done, the skin should be looking like this. So it will look a bit dry because you've removed all the oil. So to bring back moisture to the face, you use hydrating spray, hydrating serum, and moisturizer. This depends on the skin of the person you're working on, either your client or your model. So my model here, she has a combination skin. So when you're working with someone that has dry skin, the product you use, you make sure you use products that will bring enough moisture to the face so that the face will not look cakey when you're done. Then the same thing applies to when you're working with someone that has oily skin. So you use products that mattifies the face. Don't you go and use oily products. It will make the thing worse. So you use mattifying products. So those are the products that you can use for oily skin. And for combination skin, what you need to do is just do a little of this and a little of that, because it is in between. Alright, you don't overdo, you don't do too much. Okay, now I'm applying my moisturizer, and note that in everything you are applying on the face, make sure they get dried before you apply the next one. Make sure they sink into the skin first before you apply the next one. If you can see me, and I'm taking my time to make sure they sink into the skin. So if you're applying it and you see that even your hands will do better job, as far as your hands are clean, you can use your fingers to press all of them inside, so to make sure they lock into the skin very well. So that's it. When you're done, you'll see that your skin start glowing. So the next thing I'm applying here now is mattifying primer. You can see where I'm applying it around the T-zones. So these are areas she might likely sweat or get oily. See, mind you, when you're using, this is a combination skin, you can see I'm not applying it everywhere. So I'm applying it only on places she might likely sweat or get oily. Okay, now the next thing is applying your foundation. I already taught you how to select foundation in my previous video. Now when you're applying foundation, use a damp beauty blender to apply the foundation to help you spread the foundation evenly and easily. So just tap. Some people use brush, some people use beauty blender, so you can use the one that works for you. So when you're done applying your foundation, your client's face should be looking like this. Your client or your model's face, or even your face, should be looking like this. You can see everything is blended. So the next thing is to apply your blush. So you apply blush on the highest points of her face, around the cheek upwards. That's where you apply blush. So it is after you applied your blush that you now use your concealer to highlight her under eyes. So apply a little bit of concealer under her eyes. Don't do too much. Apply like this, then blend gently. Also, use a concealer that is a shade or 2 shades lighter than her normal skin color. That's a perfect shade you use for concealing. Okay, so that's it. And when you're concealing the under eyes, please tell her to always look up, okay, to avoid creasing, because you know when you look down, you see some line under her eyes. So if you set that eyes like that, you'll see that place will crease. So most of the time, just say her to just look up, don't look down until you set the under eyes. All right, so that's it. Okay, I missed the video of while I was setting the face. So here I'm just using powder all over her face. Okay, the next thing you do now is to contour the nose. So you use either a cream contour or a powder contour. Here I'm using a powder contour. So first of all, what do? You make sure you use your powder to draw something like a V in this inner part of the nose. I don't know what it's called. So once you are done doing that, make sure that place is darker than the rest. You just start the remaining powder on your brush and you just bring it down so that you will not have harsh line. Use a shade or 2 shades darker, so this makes the nose look slimmer. So once you're done with the nose, you go over to the forehead, the cheekbone and everywhere to make the face snatched, just like that. You set your face with a setting spray to give you that skin-like look. Okay, so then when you're done, you make sure it's dry so you cannot adjust your blush if you feel like. So the next thing to do now is to now draw your brows. So now here I'm using my brow gel or brow tamer to tame the brow first before I start drawing my brows. But I'm not drawing mine here, but you can draw, but I prefer to do my eyeshadow first before drawing my brows. Okay, before you do your eyeshadow, make sure you bake your face so that it will help catch every fallout from your eyeshadow. Then use an eyeshadow primer or an eyeshadow base. Then you now start with a transition shade, which is very light. Then you start building it into deeper colors. Then you now put the very last color that you need, that you want, on the very lowest. That is how to do your eyeshadow. When you're done with everything, your work should be looking like this. Now this is a raw video. I did not touch the makeup. Okay, so this is how your work should be looking. So thank you very much for subscribing to my class, and I hope you learned 1 or 2 things from this tutorial. Thank you. See you in our next class. Bye bye.